All right, welcome back. We have lesson 28. Above all else, I want to see things differently. Okay, you are blessed beings indeed. I am the one that you know as Jesus. This is a very powerful lesson. You agree to transform the way you look at everything when you practice the lessons with us today. So we're changing our perception of the way we do life, right? Again, you may have some fear arising. We want you to refer to the channel portion of yesterday's lessons to reassure you that you lose nothing except the limiting, fearful, resentful hatred that lurks beneath the surface of your seemingly innocent mind. We are not accusing you of being bad people. We are informing you that you are only aware of a certain part of our consciousness and that you have been permitted to explore in your society. For example, when you are punished for getting angry with your parents as a kid, when you were a little child, which most of you were, you began to lose access to that part of your consciousness. You pushed it down because it was unacceptable. You would lose love if you allowed that part of you to surface. That little raging 2-year-old who said, I don't want to eat my piece, can be punished cruelly in our society. Many of you were, many of you don't remember it, and some of you do. When you fracture yourself in that way through trauma, you're traumatized by a great big parent who punishes you, withdraws love, make you sit in your little chair for a long time until you eat those peas, or perhaps even physically smacks you. You push parts of your consciousness down and away from you. You do not have access to those feelings and those emotions. So, as a shaman, as a medicine woman, we call this soul fragments. So when you go through traumatic experiences, and it can be something that wasn't, now you think it wasn't that bad, but some part of us, of our consciousness, kind of pops out. Okay, so when we start to do this work, or if you do private classes or Reiki sessions with me, I bring back those soul fragments into you. And by reading this, you start to understand what you accepted. And once you lovingly can bring yourself back into your heart, mind, then those ideas and those restraints start to come back. And then you can fully accept yourself and fully feel this great of compassion for yourself, for your human story. And that's how you start to awaken, because that's the point, right? We're reading this book so that we can be spiritually awake. And then also, if you're spiritually awake, next layer, because it's an ongoing journey here. We have a body, we have all the cells of our ancestors, we have the DNA, that we are trying to wake up into the crystalline DNA. So there's always work. Even if you have a great awakening, guess what? Back to chop wood, carry water. Okay, let's see what he says more. What happens when you do those lessons? We tap into some of those fears. We tap into some of those repressed and controlled parts of our consciousness because we love you. We love you in an unconditional way. We love you in a pure spiritual way without requiring anything of you. Sometimes, with your free will, your decision making process, even when you were a small child, you decided that that part of you was not okay. So then we kind of just shut down that part. And that is also when I work in my sessions or my Reiki trainings, I teach you about the elements, earth, water, fire, air, and space, so that they are balanced. That's how you can bring yourself back, bringing these soul fragments back. Okay, all of you are okay. All of you are acceptable. All of you are loved. This is the process of healing, the reintegration of the mind, and the taking your traumas with you, taking back that unconscious part of yourself. These lessons do not go through your traumas with you. This is not necessary. So we don't have to go back into the trauma. We just bring yourself back without re-experiencing the trauma. This is why I never recommend, past life regressions, because you can re-experience that trauma, and sometimes they get caught up in your conscious mind again. So you want to just bring back the soul fragments and then heal in that way. This is not necessary. The practice as described in those lessons are designed to clarify the mind of fear. One of the dysfunctional aspects of your society is to go back into traumas over and over again. Yeah, talk therapy. Don't do that. Bring that feeling into the present moment over and over again in an effort to heal it. That doesn't work. I have people coming to my sessions that have done talk therapy for like 10 years, and they feel much better just after, 5, 6 sessions or a couple of months. It is not in doing that you heal your mind. It is in relentlessly turning towards love that you heal your mind. The thought forms, fears, and nightmares dissipate when you no longer feed them, because you stop looking there. You look to love. You look to truth. That is what eventually will fill your mind. That is what we do here. I am the one that you know as Jesus, and we will see you again tomorrow. So tomorrow we're going to read lesson 29. God is in everything, you see. All right. Ciao. See ya.